Today's topic is actually stemmed from the book Atomic Habits. I'm actually going to be looking at some of the things you talk about, one of them being system, because in order for you to accomplish something, you must have a target. So it's almost like getting in a car and just driving around and don't have any destination. So when you say create systems and forget about goals, that gets me thinking, why would you do that? And furthermore, based on the interviews I've listened to with James Clear, who is the author of the book Atomic Habits, he's not saying that. Hi, this is Evangeline Delaney. If you enjoy fashion and self-development through research of science and spirituality, then this is your community. Today's topic is actually stemmed from the book Atomic Habits, but I'm not going to be looking at the main focus of the book. I'm actually going to be looking at some of the things you talk about, one of them being systems. Quite recently, I've seen a lot of videos saying that create systems and not goals, or create systems and forget about goals. And that had me thinking, because in order for you to get to somewhere, you must have a target, or in order for you to accomplish something, you must have a target. So it's almost like getting in a car and just driving around and don't have any destination. So when you say create systems and forget about goals, that gets me thinking, why would you do that? And furthermore, based on the interviews I've listened to with James Clear, who is the author of the book Atomic Habits, he's not saying that. He's clearly not saying that. He is just saying put more focus on systems and not on goals. However, you do need goals in order to know what systems you're building. So first of all, we need to clarify what system is. Okay, what is a system? A system is a set of procedures or principles according to which something is done. In this case, we would say your habits would be the principles or the procedures that you need to implement in order to build up your system. So coming from this point of view, we do understand that systems are going to be vital in really reaching your goal, but you still need to have a goal. You have to have a target as to where you want to go, where you want to end up, or who you want to become. So once you have that goal, then you can build those little tiny habits or cluster of habits within a system in order to reach that goal. So what I like to do is I like to break down my life into categories. I work better when I put things in categories. But break your life down into categories and then have a goal for each category. And then once you do that, then you build the system to support the goal that you have for that category. So I'll give you an example. If you are someone who is interested in maybe starting a morning routine because you haven't had one in place before, that could be the goal. Your goal is to establish a morning routine. You want to have an hour and a half in the morning where you spend time to develop yourself in whatever way possible. So now you have to build those different little habits, okay, those actionable steps that you're going to take on a regular basis in order to build your system in establishing or reaching your goal of a morning habit. So for example, let's assume you say, okay, the first thing in the morning when I wake up, I want to, before I go to the bathroom to brush my teeth, I want to say 3 things that I'm grateful for. That's one habit that you're going to implement in your system. Then maybe the second thing could be, when I do my gratitude in the morning, then I want to take my shower, or I want to go to the gym, or I want to do some meditation, or I want to journal, or I want to script, or I want to practice yoga. So you put all those different actions or little habits in place. That's going to be the system. That is a system, okay, that's going to support you meeting that goal. And once you establish that, then you totally forget the goal. And I think that's where the confusion was. A lot of people are going and running with the idea to set systems and not goal. But you have to have a target. So once you set that target of having a morning routine, then you put that aside. Then that's no longer your focal point anymore, because the system, okay, is going to allow you to achieve that. Every day you get up, you implement those habits that's within that system. So let me give you another example for somebody who has a business like me. Let's assume you want to build a system for your business. You can't just start building a system or putting in habits. You got to know what's the goal. Like what is your goal for that business? Okay, so what I do in my business, and I'll give you a practical example. What I do in my business, I have several goals that I want to meet within the year, and then I break it down in the quarter, and then I break it down in the month. So once you do that, in my case, once I break those goals down based on the year, quarter, and then the month, Then I have to put little actionable steps that I need to take, which are my habits, okay, which is part of the system that we're building, that I would do on a regular basis in order to achieve that goal. In my case, I use 3 means of driving traffic to my website, 3 outlets. I use Facebook, I use Pinterest, and I use email marketing. What I would do is to make systems, including those particular outlets, is to say, okay, for Facebook, what are the strategies I'm going to implement every day or every other day that will allow me to increase the traffic flow to my website? So maybe I would have to post maybe 3 times a day, and I have to diversify the content I'm going to be posting. Maybe I'll do some stories, I'll do reels, or I would just do a plain old post. And then I'd go down to the quality of posts that I want to do. Do I want to do fashion videos? Do I just want to talk about an item? Once you implement those different actions or habits for those different outlets, that's what's going to make up your system. Once you have a system for Facebook, then you have that set for Facebook. That's the system you go to every day. This is what you do on a regular basis, 3 times a week, whatever your plan is for that particular system for Facebook to drive the traffic. Then you do the same thing for your system for Pinterest. What are you doing with Pinterest? Are you posting maybe once a day, or are you posting 3 times a day on Pinterest? Then you do the same thing for your email marketing. So that is how you do it. When you've built all the systems for those different outlets, then increasing traffic to my website is no longer my focal point. My focal point now is following my systems that I've implemented. And that's where the confusion is. We have to have goals, like the target, where we're headed. We build the systems around the goals that we have. And then we no longer make the goal the focal point or the driving force, but we use the systems to accomplish the goal, because you already know where you want to go. You have to follow your systems and implement those actions or habits in order to achieve where you want to go. So this is my dashboard in Notion. I have my business plan, my business goal. These are the goals I want to accomplish. And then on the bottom here, it shows you the different systems I'm going to implement in order to achieve this goal. So I have Pinterest, I have Facebook, and I have email marketing. Those are my different means or outlets on how I bring traffic to my website. So around each of those different outlets, I have systems that I put in place. This is the screen for my Meta suite, my Meta business suite. This is where I schedule all my content for Facebook, so you can see everything that have been posted. And then what I do here, in order to make sure I'm tracking the data within my system, I have different things that I look for. So I look for engagement, I look for like the likes and the reactions and impressions, and those are the things I look for in my Facebook content. Let me just also show you a screen of my YouTube. So I have my YouTube, I have a system in place. I have them broken down in quarter, and every month I have a target theme that I want to discuss. In the month of January, we're discussing productivity, and so I have all the content that is geared towards productivity. And for each video, I track the number of views, I track the impression, I track the view duration. So I'm keeping track of all these things, so I know how to study the data and be able to improve on what my audience wants. So this, I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you build a system around a goal. So I do have a goal for where I want my YouTube to go at the end of January. So I make a goal every month for each part of my system, and then I work and implement the different habits or different actions I need to take in order to reach that goal. This is how I think you should implement system. Don't take away your goals, because you need a target. You need to know where you're going, and then you take that away. Don't make it a focal point, and you just stand on your systems and implement your systems on your daily basis, weekly basis, however way you set it up to run. So yeah, I hope this makes perfect sense for you. So it's not like you have to forget your goal, but don't make it the primary reason why you're doing what you're doing. Once you've built your system around your goals, then you can no longer focus on the goal. Anyway, I hope this video helps you. If this is a topic that you enjoy listening to or being a part of, please go ahead and subscribe. I drop videos on a regular basis. If this video was interesting and it resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps you to share the video with more people. Thank you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Bye-bye.